it's another collaboration video today, and I'm taking part in Kiki Halbert's series, which is Scrapbooking from the Heart, which involves a mood board every month and a sort of a topic, a theme, and it's very much journaling driven. The journaling aspect is something that's very close to my heart, so I'm really pleased that she's letting me play along, and yeah, I'm hoping to be able to tell some really good stories. So the 28th of every month, probably if you're in my time zone, it'll be more like the 29th when it goes live, or late in the evening on the 28th. This is the mood board for May. The theme is joy and choose joy. And before I get ahead of myself, still playing along with Crystal Barrett's May I Scraplift You. So I will be scraplifting this Chamel layout. But getting back to this, and to sort of give you an idea of where I was going with that. So, I mean, when I saw this, the first thing that it reminded me of, the citrus fruits reminded me of one of my favourite quotes. And it's, when life gives you lemons, freeze them and throw them at the people making your life difficult. I know, it's a bit snarky, but the whole make lemonade and best day ever and all of that, they're kind of nauseating at times, because my life isn't all happy, happy, joy, joy. And that does bring me joy. Considering everything, I think I am pretty positive, and I try and choose joy when I can. And I probably choose it as often as anyone might in my set of circumstances. And you know what? I'm all right with what life's thrown at me. I'm okay with it. That in itself is my way of finding joy. And so I went to look for a photo to sort of help tell this story. And I think this one, with my slightly cynical expression during one of my 6 weekly infusions, which I term my go-go juice, but it is not really very go-go-ish. It helps, it works, but it's not exactly the whole feel miraculously better every time, so it is what it is. Due to my current lack of selfie, I had this printed at one of those printing labs in the office supply store. It's 4x6, but what I would have done in order to be able to play along with this is I thought that instead of this 4x6 card, I'd have the 4x6 photo and then have maybe a 4x4 card and some other thing there. But I don't know, it's a bit big. So what I probably would have done is, if I printed it on the selfie, I would have printed it with a border. So it would have been just ever so slightly smaller than 4x6. I'll see how I go. I may, when I do get a new selfie, pull it apart and replace the photo. So that's what I'm working with at the moment, and we've just been thrust into a 7-day circuit breaker, as they call it, lockdown, because someone's brought the Rona back in from interstate after nearly 3 months of no cases. So yeah, there'll be no going to the photo lab for a while. I immediately thought of this paper. Dear Lizzie, it's all good. This sort of duck egg blue / aqua-y kind of colour. So I was thinking that where Glitter Girl has used this strip of camera paper, I think I'm going to use a strip of the lemons. I think where there's grey, I'll use pink. I was looking for some kind of a card. Ideally, I wanted something that had at least part of the lemon quote, or, you know, I'm sure I had something, because when I don't need them, they're everywhere. But this one, sprinkle Sass like confetti, because that's going to feed into the journaling. So I may cut this one down, I may not. Yeah, I might cut it down a little bit. I'll see. And bringing black into it. Since these two are fairly light, it needed a darker, punchier sort of frame. Glitter Girl, sorry, has used a yellow one, but then her dark grey paper in the foreground is nice and contrasty. So this kind of has all the colours and then some that we're using. And then there's the strip, and then there'll be my sassy quote, and then I just have these because there's more cut apart things, and I've got lots of stickers and everything like that. random die cuts in this puffy lemon. The lemon's from Amy Tan. These lemons are from an older fresh collection. Simple and sweet. I don't know if they will work or if they'll go. I mean, that big one's quite big. I could also fussy cut some more out of this paper. There's quite a few from these Kate Nash die cut packs, and I probably will go back and pull out little labels and tags and things from this one. I came across these Ellie's Studio 4x6 cards, and quite a few of them have got a grid rather than lines, so that might actually make it easier to write. This one in particular, I mean, it's a lovey-dovey collection, but the colours are pretty much what I'm using, so I might just try writing the journaling out and then seeing how that goes. The two newest Pink Fresh collections, I think one is Keeping It Real and the other one is Some Days. So they're both kind of refreshing change from the everything is so perfect. These are from She's Magic. I think that one goes really well with It's All Good, and It's All Good is the one that this lemon paper comes from. Now I really want a mat around this. I'm thinking of taking just a tiny bit off two sides because it just looks a little bit weird floating around by itself. I turn this card upside down. I don't particularly care for these hearts and X's anyway, but this, when life gives you lemons, I thought I'd cross out the make lemonade, and then that can sort of lead into my journaling. I may trim that down just ever so slightly. A hot pink pebbles paper from a paper pad that's sort of the pink matched these sort of dots. I'm going to fill in the journaling, see if it fits. If it doesn't, plan B, and then sort of start trying to put things together. Chamelle's got her largest embellishment cluster here, and then the medium one down there, and then the smallest one here. So I'm going to put my biggest one here because I have room for that, and then maybe the smallest one, I don't know, either, yeah, I'll figure it out. But if I put the photo down first, so I'm leaving plenty of room around the edges. This one I want on foam squares, just to make it really obvious that this is definitely important. That's not too bad, and then that sits up there. Oh, here's my coffee lemon. I don't know, the colour's a bit weird, but I mean, when else am I going to get to use it, right? If I can get it to sit like that, and I'll put something else here. Some kind of little squarish thing. Oh, what about this on some kind of a, hang on, where did this, one of these. So this one works because it covers that completely, and it brings in that sort of slightly tan colour. Maybe I'll put one of these lemons behind it. Is that too much lemon overload? Kind of like that. I kind of like that. Alright, ink for everything else. that one down there, just lightly. I do still like the idea of a ticket, because the admit one is rather apt because it's a hospital. Now Chamel's journaling card, I know it's the same size, but it had a thing down the side, and I'm thinking I want a little something here because it just feels a bit naked right there. I can't explain why I think that. I wonder, what if I used this flower bouquet? See if I cut it like this, and then I can put a little bit down here. Maybe that's what I'll do. Ink it first, I think. I left this for a while and I've just come back and I'm trying to figure out what I was thinking and where I was up to. I got these from Two Peas in a Bucket. Now, I found there are two types of flare badges, ones that rust and ones that don't. And I'm not quite sure what the difference is, but it's got to be something in the backings. So I've got some that are great and older and some that are even newer than this and not so good. Anyway, I find that instead of throwing them away, because obviously I bought them because I like them, I've found that using them on, if I'm going to use them on a certain layout, I try and make that in keeping with something a little bit grungy. So on boy pages, I find them quite easy to use. Ones like this though, I would not choose probably to put them here, but I think that often I've, especially because of the subject material and everything, sort of something a bit rusted, a bit broken is sort of my view of this whole thing. And I mean, look at the sentiment, punch today in the face and whatever. If that doesn't say sarcasm, put one of these here and here, or the other way, I don't remember how I had them. I've been messing about with these lemons. I still felt like this area was a bit unbalanced. I thought about just tucking in a half a lemon. Could even put it under, or under would be ideal. Okay, I might do that before I change my mind. Now I thought I'd do something with this guy, and there's a light pink sticker here. Not a sticker, it's a part of a ticket. So I pulled out the, I'll probably come back to some of these little tabs, but I thought I would check if there were any pink stickers that might convey the right sort of sentiment. That's really apt actually, because the pre-meds that they give me make me a bit dopey. The only thing is, how much of this lemon? I might put it sort of like that. So the leaf's on the wrong, the leaf is on the wrong side. Since when has that ever been a problem? Seriously. But the thing is, it'll be attached to the wrong, no it won't, because I can turn the whole lemon around. Because I know, little things, but it was going to bother me that it would, if I'd had to stick it from that end of the lemon. On another day, it might not have bothered me. And what I might do is put a foam square behind this bit of the leaf, intending for it to be sort of flapping in the breeze. And I might even put something else there, I don't know. Okay, now for this. Oh, and I definitely want to put the scrapbook badge somewhere. No, I'll probably have to put it about here because I'm just going to sit that like that, and maybe I can find something to tuck in behind it. Oh, like a little tab thing with the number, because I sort of count how many I've had, and this one is number 39. So when I do a layout, and I scrapbook pretty much all of the, I haven't scrapbooked them all to date, but it's on the agenda. I mean, I know that might seem a bit excessive, but it's real life. It's my real life, and there's always a story, because I'm one of these people where everything that's, you know, they say, oh, this will only happen to like less than 1% of people. Well, guess who the 1% always is? Yeah, so there's always a story to tell. Okay, I'm going to put this flare badge on now, and this is my favourite thing for that. Glue dots. Sometimes you might want to use a foam square, but I think I'm okay just the way it is. Although now I'm thinking, yeah, actually, I'll just put it like... Okay, now of course I want to move this in. But I've already pulled that backing off once. No, that wasn't a good idea. I'm not used to these photos. I'm used to ones that I can... Okay, so that'll go like that. Glue dots, best thing ever. You can just put 1 or 2. I'm going to add 2 just to make sure that it's tall enough, because they just give you a tiny little bit of dimension. Okay, I kind of missed that second time. There we go. Yeah, look, I'm just going to run with that. So before I change my mind, I'm just going to angle it so that the curve of that chipboard piece just sits just in like that. And then this leaf sort of goes just there, and then the flare badge will sit and hug, the curve will hug this sort of imaginary curve here. There. Now I think I've got to look through these and figure out whether there were any that I definitely... Oh, hang on, there were some words here. I need to remember about that. Oh, here, I remember seeing this, be a nice human, because in really small lettering on that Polaroid frame, it's got Forever Young, and yeah, I'm not feeling it. So I thought I could just swap it with this, and it's rather apt given the topic. But I thought I could add one of these shimmery flowers here and here, because this is not officially any kind of embellishment area, so I'll put it under there. This bit, oh, I wanted something to go behind there, didn't I? And because that's all shimmery, that just gives it a little bit of a different sort of texture. Here we go. Oh, this. There's nowhere really, can't be bothered punching a hole through the paper or anything like that, so I might just stick it down, but I'm going to put some twine through the hole. I might even use in some of these. That's actually a very glitter girl thing to do, to use twine. I don't really, other than threading tags, I don't really use it much on layouts. I do on cards, so maybe that's what I'll do. Options for the little tab that I'm going to stick in here. Actually, I quite like the black. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Right, adhesive and ink. So that means date, and I'd really like to use these, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Maybe I'll do that first, then the date. I don't want it level with that. I don't want it level with that. So I'm thinking, yeah, maybe, because then I don't know. I'm just trying to come up with justifications in my head. It'll be fine, but I will cut it down. Sprinkly bits. I keep feeling like I want to add more. Oh, date thingo. So I do want to add more. So what I'm going to do is, because I'm probably not going to get a blog post done about this, so I'm going to take a close-up and of the journaling, because this is the whole point about this, is journaling, right? So then at the end of the video, when I show you the close-ups, then I'll leave the journaling there and you can just sort of pause it if you want to read it. Thanks so much for watching. I will link up original Glitter Girl video where she makes the layout that this was inspired on. I will put first the full link up to Scrapbooking with a Heart and the relevant details there, and then if you want to see the lineup of girls who are doing what's it called, Mouse Scraplift You, keep scrolling down, it'll be there. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you come back soon. Bye.